All right, let's go. Ayo, we're three hot guys sharing our opinions because we're special and different. Gold medals, we're winning. Can't help it if we're burdened by our intellect. You can play checkers while we pretend we know the rules to chess. The council has spoken, and we are the chosen. Your nose is broken because I broke it.
And welcome back to another episode of Will of the Council. We've got Jordan in the booth.
Something kind of in my throat. Throat's all weird. Hi, everybody.
And we've got Danny, who I believe is next in line to be president of the United States.
Well, you know me. If only that the age was lowered and, I could, if I was, I was a president, I would 100% put Feastables all over the planet of America.
Very true. Very true. And we've, of course, got Becky on the ones and twos. What is everybody up to?
Well, I sorry that I'm clearing my throat so much. I just really got to spit, just like my new favorite celebrity. I just really have the urge to spit for some reason. Yeah, I guess we got to talk about the
What noise would that make? What noise would that make, Jordan?
Hawk Tuah, Hawk
shit.
Tuah,
Oh
right?
my God, that's so funny.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
We got to talk about the viral craze that is sweeping the nation. We're talking, of
Sweeping
course,
the
about
entire
Hawk
nation.
Tuah. Hawk Tuah spit on that thing. Okay, so if you haven't seen the video, it's this attractive woman being interviewed by one of those real weird TikTok ghouls that are like being birthed in like the pits of fucking Mordor or something. And they're like, all right, tell us your grossest sex story. And she says something like, well, sometimes you have to spit on a penis before you put it in you. You got to go Hawk Tuah. Get some spit on that thing. And everyone on this planet thought that that was the funniest thing they'd ever heard.
I mean, I didn't think it was funny.
So for the past month, I mean, we have just had to hear people doing this bit.
So, okay, here's the crazy
Have
thing.
we?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, all right, I like kind of heard about this tangentially just by like, existing online. I would see people talk about like Hawk Tuah or whatever. Like I would see it in text on like a post, but I never saw the actual video, right? And then all of a sudden I blink and there are stories about how she's getting like a documentary and like a reality TV deal or something. I'm like, what? Whoa. Like I actually felt like I was in cryostasis,
what's the TV show? Who can give the best oral sex? The problem is we exist on a separate plane of reality from all other humans. When I talk about how the nation is now atomized, this is what I'm talking about, because parallel to our universe is what I like to call the Barstool Sports universe.
Right, yeah, definitely.
And it's people who
such a good description.
who never unfollowed like Lad Bible or like the Chive.
Oh my God.
They're like really excited for like the fourth season of a show that you just have never heard of in your entire life.
It's the coworker universe.
and-
it's the coworker universe.
Yeah, it's the coworker universe. And this is like the coworker universe is like, I consider it personally like an aggressive, invasive attack. Like this is the coworker universe's like Gulf War. Like they are coming for us. They are colonizing our universe right now with the stupid fucking Hawk Tuah meme.
It's so funny because this kind of video and style of question, TikTok guy comes up to person and they say something ridiculous is not new, right? Like there's a ton of people who have said insane stuff and that's funny, etc. So I guess it's
man on the street shit.
Yeah, and it's so confusing to hear this one thing be the like, oh, have you guys seen the Hawk Tuah? Like no one has said that to me ever. No one has sent me this video. And I'm just like, this was created in a lab. And it was when you make like a time capsule, this TikTok was put underground. Someone reached out of ground and was like, oh, I can make this, popular again. And it's like, a meme that you put in 2009 impact font and you're like, Hawk Tuah, with
people are saying it's like a 2009, 2010 Advice Animal style impact font meme. I think it goes even further back. Like to me, it reminds me of the like ain't nobody got time for that or like the bed intruder type shit.
Shmo
like,
Yoho.
Is there a Shmo Yoho like Hawk Tuah song yet? Does she have like a comedy song they play on the radio?
We gotta make
If not,
one.
she's wasting her time.
I just like this has gotten so big now that there are people arguing. I mean, Danny, you said created in a lab, but that actually triggered my memory that like people are arguing about if the Hawk Tuah girl is like an industry plant. It's like,
That's so funny.
How did we even argue about this?
Surely the industry can do better
I know,
than
like
this.
it can't be that she's an industry plant. She's just talking about like spitting on a wiener, which is like cool, like I guess.
Yeah, base like epic mode.
Let me tell you, as a Rothschild, the people we are integrating into society to weaken your resolve, I mean, they're like, the Dr. Fauci's, the Donald Trumps. We're not wasting time on Hawk Tuah girl. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ.
And it's so funny because the video itself is so like innocent. You really wouldn't think of like, this would go that viral. You're like, oh, that's funny. Whatever.
Maybe it's like
silly.
something that's like
Done.
Maybe she would be sort of embarrassed about. It would be brought up as a bit in like a wedding toast. And
Right.
like it's not something that everyone on the planet should have seen.
Yeah. but like, how do people online collectively be like, huh, I have not heard of this? And it's not just like, us three. It's like many people being like, what? Where?
I'm telling
How?
you, we live in parallel universes. There's the real universe and the coworker universe.
I was going to say, I really do like that theory. I think it's just like, there's just a barstool sports side of people that go online and see one thing like this. And then they're like, oh my God, she went Hawk Tuah on my pee. Oh my God.
Maybe it's even the same universe, but just people, every person is segmented into two different personalities. Like when you go to sleep, you wake up as like a guy who wears like snapbacks and shit. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Chive.
Shut up.
It could really be.
I heard your smile on that one. You couldn't. I heard your grin. I can't see your face, but I knew you were grinning, loading up that bit. I hate you so much. You are dead to me right now.
Oh my God. All I will say in conclusion to, I guess, talking about Hawk Tuah is, have you guys seen the secondary layer of Hawk Tuah drama, which is Hawk Tuah girl goes woke?
Oh, yes.
No.
Where she's on that interview.
I missed this one too, I guess.
Yeah, so here's the... Here it is. The girl goes on, like Danny said, it's one of those like stupid fucking interview shows. And the person starts this insanely awkward bit that does not take off. And she's like, I'm going to tell you some celebrities, and you tell me if you would Hawk Tuah spit on that thing. And she's like, okay, sure, let's go. And so she goes, Donald Trump. And the girl goes, oh, absolutely not. I don't like him at all. And so a bunch of Barstool Sports Americans were like, that's fucking ridiculous.
What the heck?
How could you say that? That's so crazy. What's your
I
fucking
would
problem?
Hawk Tuah on Donald's dick anytime.
What is wrong with people? I think people.
It's so good.
She has gone woke.
She's
people-
woke.
I can't say what I was about to.
Well, it's just so funny because like the interview is set up so strangely. They have like these foldable chairs with like standing mics, and they're sitting there, and the interviewer has her like phone out, and she's like, okay, let me get my notes out. Okay, would you Hawk Tuah on Donald Trump? And they both look at each other
Needed
like
notes for that.
The most obvious answer of would you suck Donald Trump's dick? And they're like, yeah, no, I think I'm good, right? Because right before it, she asked, do you like older men? And she was like, yeah, sure, why not?
She said yes. Well, so she likes older men, but she won't suck Donald Trump's cock? That means she's woke.
And again, this interview also feels like it was created from the void, in quotes.
The coworker universe. It's like an interview show that like you've never heard of, and it's like two people that have no charisma and don't know what they're doing, and then you look it up and they have like 900 million daily listeners.
Yeah,
it's like oh okay.
Well, it's so funny because now that you say that, I was like, I'm kind of interested because they do link back to the interview that they did, which you are right, Joseph. It is a Barstool Sports conglomerate. They have the Barstool Sports logo in their YouTube channel. Plan Bree Uncut. That's the YouTube channel where they interviewed her. Every other interview they've done or stuff they've done, very, a modicum amount of views, maybe 1,000, 2,000, maybe 30,000, depending. The Hawk Tuah one, 2 million views. It's like the only video that has done well on the channel.
This is actually not to start beef with Plan
Right,
Brie
sorry,
Uncut.
sorry,
Actually,
Plan
you know
Brie
what?
Uncut.
Fuck you,
You know what?
Plan
Yeah,
Brie
fuck
Uncut.
you, Plan
Go
Brie
to hell.
Uncut. Get us on your show.
The logo for this is they have the two hosts and they're both wearing like ball caps. They're wearing fucking snapbacks. I told you.
You were right. You were right. You were so right.
They're drawn like Gravity Falls characters.
Yeah, they are.
That's the only way I can describe it.
That's so fucking funny.
One of them's hat says "Sleep when you're dead."
True.
It's just like a
my
total coworker
God.
slogan.
It's so good. I love it. Oh my god, I love it.
I think these people aren't Barstool affiliated. I think they just like it enough to put it in the background.
No, stop.
stop.
That's why they put the logo there. Oh, come on.
No.
They're just like, we're just fans of Barstool. What do you
No
mean?
way.
Oh my lord.
Oh my
No,
God.
no. They have merch on Barstool Sports in their descriptions.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
thank God.
definitely Barstool
For a moment, I
Sports.
thought that the coworker universe had broken containment.
No.
We needed to get the SCPs in there. It's bad. It's
so funny.
I
This one's
can't-
hilarious.
But at the end of the day, I will ask the question I think we're all thinking. Like, Hawk Tuah spit on that thing. That's like a normal thing people do when having
Yes,
sex,
this is
right?
so normal.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that. It's like, you don't understand. Sometimes when I'm sucking a wiener, I'll spit on it a little. Or I'll lube it up with my spit. It's like, yep, that's normal.
Yeah,
Yep. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
That's, good job.
It'd be like someone going viral for being like, oh yeah, I like to eat pussy. Although that's kind of Stavros, right?
Wait,
there's
hold up.
there's an analogous podcaster who has gone viral for that.
Let's get to Reddit.
I need to talk about eating pussy more, apparently. I like eating
Yeah.
pussy. Pussy. Hell yeah. I lick on that thing.
Pussy.
Sometimes never.
I like the Hawk Tuah. Shit on that thing. What if it was like? What if she was like into scat?
Shut
and it was
up!
like actually.
shut up.
It was
Shut
actually
up!
subversive.
No, this has gotta get cut. This is the most cuttable bit ever. Fuck.
Oh, wait, now I'm imagining alt universe Hawk Tuah girl where it's like she's actually into some sort of scary sex thing. It's like so what do you like to do in the bed? I go like Hawk Tuah age regression. It's like, oh, not so funny now, coworkers, huh? All right. Speaking of age regression, let's talk about the babies on Reddit.
Stop. God.
All right. So this first one it's a little old, but it comes from a very particular time. This is a 2020 post that was sent to me multiple times this week, and unfortunately, I just have to do it. I'm sorry, it's too good. The title of this one is My 29M Partner 28F tried to destroy a 5G tower after I got COVID.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes!
You know what? I've been realizing I kind of missed COVID insanity. I don't miss COVID, obviously not.
Yeah.
But like the insanity.
No, but I miss the way people's brains were broken.
Like man, just people got so weird from COVID, and it was like, dog, like people thought a conspiracy theory up from anything. Like there were always conspiracy theorists, like chemtrails and shit like that. But COVID made these people go way buck wild.
The holes in people's heads that developed during COVID, they didn't heal. So now we have people whose thoughts are just like, rolling around in their brains like a colander, right?
Yeah.
Like
and
Swiss
they're just
cheese.
saying and doing. Yeah, their head looks like a sponge. They have their soft spot from infancy back. But now it's just like it's been integrated into normal society, and these
Yeah.
people are among us, and they like say and believe things that are insane, but largely they have remembered how to conduct themselves. COVID, people were just like, I have to blow up a 5G tower.
We
Like,
got posts like, between Bernie, my ex-wife, the tenant from hell, and General Chump fuckery, I'm reading this verbatim. This has been a cromulent fuck crustable of a day.
Crustable of a day.
Tommy needy drinky.
I can do that post from memory to this day. My wife and I, when we've had a tough day, sometimes we'll be like, oh, Tommy needy drinky.
Tommy needy
It's
drinky.
And he do needy drinky.
He do needy drinky.
So let's dip back into the pool of 2020 insanity with this post. Here we go. Exactly the title. Great start to the post. Got diagnosed with COVID a couple of days ago. Feel like, well, I have fucking COVID. I can't really do anything but lay in bed and be miserable. I'll be fine. It just sucks. So yesterday, Thanksgiving, I get a call. It was my partner. calling from the police station. Not only is she not supposed to leave the house because she was likely infected at this point too, but she has been arrested. She was caught trespassing at the site of a 5G tower half a mile from our home. And she had a backpack full of fire-starting materials, which the cops took as evidence for planning to commit arson. Yup, I was fucking blown away because I seriously thought it was some deranged fever dream from being sick. She straight up admitted she was going to attack it because, quote, it gave me the virus.
Okay,
end
she rocks.
Quote.
She rocks. She's defending her.
She
her partner.
believes COVID is spread through the air by 5G, and it's been a source of on and off argument between us for months. She won't listen to a word I say or any credible source, only YouTube videos and crazy conspiracy theorists.
I take it back.
I really can't
she
deal
no
with this
longer
anymore.
rocks.
It's one thing to agree to disagree, but I don't know how she could do something that dangerous and stupid. It's insane. I think I need to break up with her, but I can't help feeling guilty because in her mind, she was trying to get justice for me. She's fiercely devoted to me. And other than the conspiracy theories, I can't imagine being in a better relationship. If I hadn't gotten sick, she wouldn't have done this. How do I break it to her that our relationship is over? TLDR, currently sick with COVID-19. My partner tried to attack a 5G tower. Imminent breakup, but feeling really guilty. She is going to be devastated.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
folks, say it with me. God forbid women do anything.
That's very true.
Oh, my God.
Okay, you know what? I guess this is evidence that I'm prejudiced, you know? Because I, ignored the title, and I thought it was gonna be the man that went to blow up the 5G tower. I just assumed it was the guy that was gonna go crazy, but nope.
You actually didn't understand that women could do anything.
I didn't.
True.
But, okay. Oh, how do I... Obviously, this post is from forever ago. But I guess this actually is a good segue to talk about, how do you deal with a loved one diving into, and earnestly diving into conspiracy theory stuff, right? How do you actually do that?
Yeah, this is like a valuable conversation I think we can have. Beforehand, I want to have a real quick conversation about this post specifically. And that is, if you get a call from your significant other and they tell you stuff that sounds like a crime that they did, do not get on Reddit and post about it. Tell them to get a lawyer and say nothing. Well, he's like,
God,
my wife just called me. Here's all this post is going to be read in court. I'm sorry. Do you think they're not going to be able to find the person who got arrested for trying to blow up a 5G tower? What are you, stupid?
Do you think they can counsel style decide, as the judges and be like, so guys, what do you think?
Yeah, let me tell you, the judge is going to go, ready, 3, 2, 1. It's not going to be it's not going to be a hard one. Oh my God. Okay. But I think that Jordan raises an interesting point, which is a lot of people, especially during COVID, found themselves in a situation where a person they love and care a significant amount about, someone who has been their ride or die, as it sounds like this woman was, suddenly starts slipping into online rabbit holes, be they, Facebook or, the Chan boards or just insanity in general. What do you do? And, I think we can all agree this guy is in a shitty position because from our understanding, the relationship is really good with the exception of the thing that she did. So, well,
it's tough because on one hand, you can kind of be like, okay, it's different than my partner has different political beliefs than I do, which is a whole, I guess, kind of a separate can of worms. But this case, it's also kind of the same can of worms, I think, because this is odd. This is a right wing conspiracy theory. Duh, that's this is InfoWars type shit, right? So.
Correct.
I mean, I guess if we look at this situation seriously and we try to say, what should this person do or have done, I guess I can't, say there's a should, because this is crazy enough to the point where it's I can't be with a person that believes something this ridiculous. Yeah, totally get it. But if you are in any way earnestly interested in saving the relationship, boy, I don't know. I guess I haven't really had anybody in my life that honestly believes something as crazy as this. I wouldn't know what to do. If I got that call.
I think some of this is displayed in the post where he describes that they have fought about
True.
this.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Good. Yep.
And they have argued about this or credible sources, right? he is trying to, what it seems like, bridge the gap between conspiracy theory and real life, saying, listen, I looked this up, these professionals are saying this, I have articles to prove this, and she obviously is not listening, right? And I think that's like honestly the best you can do, not try and like debate. And hopefully, obviously, I don't know the context of how these arguments happen, but like I do get not meeting someone in the middle because you just kind of can't go of your position, right? You're just like, this is untenable for me, right? Specifically like COVID, this is not something I can be like, oh, this is just something we can accept about each other. No, right? This is real life versus fantasy.
Exactly.
And you are believing fantasy. I cannot, like, it'd be like, well, I actually think that the sky is green. And it's like, okay, I can't do that. Right? Like I cannot meet you in the middle here. It's not a thing we can talk about like that. And unfortunately, they think that way. And it's only if the other person is willing to meet you in the middle and roll it back. Because the people who actually start to kind of like self-reflect, jump themselves out of rabbit holes, right? You've heard stories of these people who kind of go through this conspiracy theory rabbit hole. And the only way they can kind of clutch themselves out is when they kind of wake up and they realize wow, I have lost everything, right? And so they crawl out, they go, you know what? I am being crazy. Like people are like leaving me, or they're not, I can't even try anymore. I've lost like my friends, family, etc. And then they walk it back and try to help others similar. Like you've heard them before. They're like, I used to believe this stuff. I used to be X person and I lost a lot. So I'm back and like I feel like me again, and that's like where she has to be for this to be okay.
Yeah,
does that make
it
sense?
does. And actually, in the vein of if hypothetically we went back in time and this guy was interested in saving the relationship more than trying to figure out how to leave, then the answer would then be, this is like a last straw, right? This has to be a wake-up call for her. If it's not a wake-up call, then you do have to move towards ending the relationship. Because, like, if getting arrested
the police call
is not a wake-up call, then what will be, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to pivot to the question of the post. How can he break it to her that they broke up?
Oh, yeah, I'm not answering that because I think they shouldn't break up.
Okay, cool. Great.
I'm going to take a different position here.
Okay.
And I think that it's fine. I think that one, she's right.
Okay, true.
No, but two, as insane as COVID made people, I think, maybe I'm reading too much into this. Maybe the guy with the jar doesn't actually have OCD, but this doesn't strike me as the thoughts of a person who is mentally healthy, right? Like, what, she's going to go start a fire at a metal 5G tower? Even if it's your first day on conspiracy theorist subreddits, you should know that fuel doesn't melt steel beams, right?
True.
Like, legitimately, what is her plan here? She's going to go with arson materials and try and burn down the foundations of a metal tower? The whole plan is not particularly thought through. And I think, it is very possible that the reason that what she is doing seems irrational and nonsensical is because she's having some sort of mental break. It can be hard to have a loved one who is incapacitated, especially when you really love, which the guy makes clear that they do really love and care for each other, especially during the holidays. It's during Thanksgiving.
Oh, that was so funny.
And especially after 6 months of being cooped up inside, right? This is November of 2020.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if what this woman was experiencing wasn't a radicalization against like the agents of Fauci and was just sort of mentally attempting to lash out at something that could be blamable for just sort of the miasma of suffering that she had to deal with in this moment.
How are you trying to sell me that it's like, well, she's just... I get it. I get what you're saying.
Think about it this way. She didn't actually commit arson. They've got her on like intent to commit arson and trespassing. Like she's not going to go to jail for 40 years. I think realistically, you have a sit down with her. You talk about why she believes these things. And maybe you try and get her like an appointment with a psychologist or into therapy or something like that. I don't know. I'm writing her a lot of checks, but I really do think this is savable.
I
think
agree with that.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree
for
with
sure.
that. I think it is absolutely savable, 100%. I just think that he might not want to save it.
That's fair, but I think that despite the fact that she was caught trying to burn down a 5G tower, I can't really say she's like an asshole here. Like, I think everyone was just so insane during COVID, and she went insane in a slightly different direction than everyone else. And I would like to see if they can get into sort of a deeper exploration of her mental health, if she can like speak with someone who can help, what that would accomplish.
I will say that, to your point, I think that many people, to tangent on like the insanity people kind of felt in COVID, would, like, for example, here's like a small insane thing I did. I would, and I think many people did this, would constantly check like the stats of like COVID deaths, right? Like, it doesn't effectively help me. Maybe it's a nice visual on like, okay, how bad is things getting, right? And I think many people wanted a kind of pulse, but it was also like things are bad, right? And I would continuously do that like all the time. And after, I was like, wow, that was bad. I can't believe I did that. Like, I get why I did it. At least it was more comparable than going to burn down a 5G building. But I still like get the aftermath of crazy, and that maybe this girl isn't as lost as we might think. And it sounds way worse on day, 0 of COVID, or November. So a couple months after, and then maybe years down the line, like, oh man, I went nuts. I was going to burn down that building, but we got out of it, and I stopped watching those weird ass videos.
I mean, we had people all through COVID who were prognosticating the end of America.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
We had people buying out fucking toilet paper for
toilet
even months.
The thing is, Joseph, what you're trying to sell me is empathy here, and I do have it. I do have it that, like, yes, this, like, we all went insane in some way during COVID. Like, 100%, I agree. And, like, I understand that. But I have to draw the line at, like, I can't say, when I say draw the line, that sounds harsh. Like, yes, I do think if this guy wanted to fix this relationship, like, 100%, I think he could. And I think but at the end of the day, it depends on the woman's willingness and availability to go, like, yes, I was delving into conspiracy theory shit. Like, regardless of how effective this arson was going to be, it was still arson, right? She put herself in danger. She put their relationship in danger.
Well, she never did it.
Okay, yeah, all right. Well, she put herself in danger by attempting to do it if she was going to go through with it. And, it's going to place some financial hardship on them, too, because they're going to have to pay off, like, fucking court fees and fines and all that shit, right? So, like, yes, I understand that this is a fixable thing. He could fix it if he wants to, but being so soaked into this conspiracy theory shit and like attempting to go through with like something dangerous like this, I still think is an asshole move.
All right, let me postulate kind of a difference of circumstances real quick. Let me change the instant case so that I'm right, and then I'll make you all.
Yeah.
Let's say hypothetically that instead of the woman like blowing up a 5G tower because her husband got COVID, let's say instead her husband has diabetes. To the point where something has happened and it is likely he's going to die because he can't afford his medicine.
Okay.
So she sees a news story and hears that Martin Shkreli has capped the price of insulin at $50,000 a vial. If she gets caught with a gun trespassing on Martin Shkreli's property, do you think he should end the relationship?
Look, if different thing.
This is so good.
Yes, I know different thing.
My favorite
but the only difference there is that she's wrong in the instant case. So then you blame the outlets that radicalized her.
But they radicalized her towards fucking 5G COVID, not a legitimate circumstance of somebody raising the price of insulin.
Yeah, that's like tangible and real.
So what you're mad about isn't that she took action. You're mad that she took the wrong action.
No, I am mad that she took action.
And like, I'm not gonna...
Yes, I am mad that she took the wrong action.
Yeah, but like, like that's not her fault though.
God,
she was
Joseph,
just misled.
You're so annoying.
Oh my god.
All right, let's fucking vote. Let's vote.
Fuck, who gives a shit? What are we even voting on?
Lay out this vote for me.
Decision time.
He's gonna spin this like, well, if when it comes to the awesome,
kind and loving
amazing,
girlfriend
yeah.
who just wanted to help her
The poor-
husband and Hawk
poor
Tuah on that
matron.
thing. Are you siding with the equivalent of the Nazis in dissenting information and saying that she's the asshole, Danny?
No. Okay, I didn't even understand what you said. It said, please repeat.
No, you
All right.
only get one.
All right, Danny, is she the asshole or not?
Danny is the woman the asshole.
Oh, a little bit, like a little bit, like a little bit, like.
All right.
Come on, wait. Why am I saying a little bit? She's literally a conspiracy. She's diving into conspiracy stuff. It's not great. She can say it's savable. Absolutely. She's not like. I mean, this is rough. Okay, this is last straw type of deal, but I think you can save it with the proper help and stuff. So that's where I'm at.
So is it a yes or a no? That's what I need to know.
Jordan.
Yes! She was gonna go
Yes,
commit arson.
Yeah.
Oh, there's people don't live in 5G towers. It's a victimless
Oh my God,
crime.
I hate you so much.
And unfortunately, I'm
That's
going to
fine,
dissent. I'm going to
fine,
sit
you
on this
fucking-
one. I think that
You're
I think she's
stupid.
misguided, but I can't come down that hard on her.
I agree with everything. It doesn't like.
No, you agree
that's
with everything, but
true.
not the conclusion. How
That doesn't
interesting.
mean you can't also be like, well, that sucks.
Nah, I think
Two.
laws against drinking and driving are communism, so I'm misguided. I'm misguidedly,
We
I'm
agree.
misguidedly drinking 4 Miller Lights and getting behind the wheel.
Let's get to the next one, you jerk offs.
The council has spoken.
The next question I'm going to pose to my comrades Chairman Mao and Joseph Stalin.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, actually.
Who's who?
Okay. So never mind.
Chairman Mao is the best
All right,
compliment I've received all my life. Okay, never mind.
Shut up.
You're the Chairman Mao of Redditors.
That's true.
You're gonna do the long march to the grass. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Okay. I thought that was going to be an easy one, but we spent a long time on that. Hey, everybody. Future Joseph here, coming to you from the faraway world of 2024. I just wanted to give you all a quick heads up about this next one. There is a lot of incest in it. We try to keep it lighthearted, but the underlying story is pretty rough. If that's too much for you, you can scrub about 15 minutes to make it to the third one. All right, peace. This next one is a little more serious, even though the title is insane. So this comes from r/BOR updates. So the reason it's from here is because the original post was unsurprisingly removed when you're going to hear what it is. But this is a place where they put the best of the updates of Redditors' stories, and this one does have both the original and an update. The update is recent. The original is not. So we will begin with this story from the 28th of September in 2023. This is from user/throwraddaddonor, and the title is I, 21F, want my father, 51M, to be the sperm donor for my fiance.
What the
22F
fuck? What the
and I.
fuck? What the fuck?
But she
What?
thinks this is
What
wrong.
the fuck?
That's the title of this post. Now, everyone, please grab the nearest cup of Folgers coffee and let's get through this. All right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ah, I'm like shaking my hands like a kid that just got like a bug on it. I'm like, ew, 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 ew. What the fuck?
Get it off.
My 21F fiance, 22F, a lesbians. That's progressive.
Women.
And I have been doing some future planning lately. We're set to get married in the spring next year, and we both know we want kids. So we sat down and talked about how we'd like to make that happen. She's okay with adopting, but I'm not, for a variety of reasons.
Okay.
Elaborate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
Tell me
interrogate
more.
that a little bit.
Let's see if we can't tease that out.
What you mean
We
by that?
determined that the option that makes us both the happiest is getting a sperm donor. It's extremely important to me that the baby be genetically related to both of us, since she's not in contact with her family, parentheses, homophobic. The only way the baby could be related to both of us is if she carries the child and the sperm comes from my side of the family. I'm an only child. I have no uncles or male cousins. The only way we could do this is if my dad is the donor. I figured he would be excited to help us have the family we've always dreamed of, and I talked it over with him, and he was totally on board. He said he'd let my mom know we were planning on adding to our family. Everything is ready to go on our end whenever we start trying. I thought it was a really beautiful way to unite our sides of the family, and I know my dad felt the same, but to my surprise, my fiance was really against it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wait, what?
What?
We can call it now. Be reasonable. This seems like a great idea to me. She laughed at me at first, which confused me because we were having a serious conversation, and then she asked if I was joking. When I said I wasn't, her face immediately dropped. She literally looked disgusted. She said, "That would be weird. Our baby would be your sibling." And she wasn't comfortable with that in any way, shape, or form. My dad has stepped in a bit for her because of the aforementioned homophobia and has become a secondary sort of father figure for her, which she also brought up. She said having his baby felt wrong and incestuous. No.
What?
Come on. She said it wouldn't feel like a medical procedure or fertility help. It would feel sexual. That's insane. I don't see how it's different from any other donor, other than actually meaning something to us. I'm honestly kind of insulted. This is a rejection of my family as well as me. And the fact that she refused to even consider it made me feel overruled in something that's supposed to include both of us. I can't see myself having a connection to a baby that isn't related to me. It wouldn't just be my baby. It's a baby I'm taking care of. Even if she says she doesn't feel the same, I think she'd have a hard time with it if it was the other way around and the baby wasn't related to her. This feels like our only option, and she shot it down without considering my feelings. This is really important to me. I'm afraid we won't be able to compromise on this and we'll never have kids, which would be a deal breaker for me. Additionally, this is cheaper. We don't have to pay for donor sperm, which can cost a lot, and we wouldn't have to do expensive IVF stuff either, since if we get it from my dad, it can all be done at home.
No.
How am I supposed to deal with this?
Why did I know?
This is
No, absolutely not.
Before you all get too judgy, let me point out some specifics about this. This does not come from individuals who currently live in the state of Alabama, and it also does not come from the year 9500 when warlords rule the earth once more.
No.
This is actually from late last year.
Yup.
So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Good idea? Bad idea?
Yup. Good idea. Yup.
Yo, you want my dad's sperm? What? We don't have to go to the fucking sperm donor. Let's just let my dad
Just jerk
pump
him.
one
You know what?
out.
I'll jerk him off for
Okay,
you.
so-
Yeah.
Okay, let's break this down for a number of points. Firstly, what is this genetics thing?
I
understand it being important that the baby is like genetically related to you, but I'm sorry, if you're a lesbian, you're gonna have to get over that. All right? I don't want to be LGBTQ phobic, but someone's gonna have to make a compromise here. All right? And the alternative is, of course, what you are describing, this insane incestuous relationship.
What the fuck? What is wrong with people,
why is it so
dude?
important that the baby be genetically related to you? Why is it a deal breaker if the baby is only related to one of you? Why is not wanting to adopt? Why is she so averse to that? She's like, it was unfortunate that she shot down my idea. Of course, I shot down adoption, which, is neither here nor there, but it was for a variety of reasons, my reasons. But I don't know why she shot down my great idea, which is to have my dad fuck her.
Okay. All right, I know it's not that, but I can't, honestly,
They said they would do it at home,
But kind of it
man.
is. Okay, yeah,
that's true.
Let's break down
That's
the second
true.
thing. They say we don't need to go through IVF. Yes, you do. You do need to go to some sort of family planner and be like, here's the arrangement that we want set up. You don't just get to break out the turkey baster. What do you think is going to happen? Either he's going to jack off into a fucking squeegee, or there's only other way coming there. Oh my god.
Can we get the triple explicit tab on this episode, please? This is I actually think, what is wrong with people? Like, honest to God, like, how do you not have the thing?
Yeah.
How do you not have the thing in your brain that goes, this is weird? Like, how? Like, I have that. We have that. How does she not have that? Like, what happened?
My favorite part of this one is, and he was totally on board.
Like,
Thank you.
Wow,
Oh, was
the
he?
whole family. Ah!
Yes.
I just, what is wrong with people?
Like, why is he like, yippee? You know, like, oh boy, I can't wait to, checks notes, impregnate my daughter's wife or her?
I don't understand. I don't get it. People are so fucking weird. People are so weird.
What? Okay, why is he okay with it? Why?
Why is he like overjoyed?
Yeah,
you think
why
he's
is
a
he
little
like,
too
oh
excited?
boy?
Yes.
Yippee!
These people are so weird.
Does he get to like when he's like, oh man, I can't wait to jack off to like?
I mean, okay, so I know the other person's parents aren't in the picture, but imagine if they come back and they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry we left you. I didn't realize we had grandchildren. Can you tell us a little about this baby? And the person's like, oh yeah, it's my wife's brother.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. I just don't understand.
I just love that, to talk to Joseph's point about how she's like, I feel overruled. Do you? Overruled? Are you
Well,
serious
guess what,
right
asshole? 2 people have to make this decision, not 1. So any time you disagree, one of you is going to be overruling the other. You dumb fuck. How do you think this works?
Exactly.
Me, when I'm in a 2-person arrangement, I feel overruled. I go to Jillian. I'm like, let's get McDonald's for dinner. And she goes, I want Chipotle. And I go, I feel overruled.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's really fucking crazy how you don't agree with everything I want to do in this relationship. I think it's kind of fucked
and
up.
the thing you want to do is fuck my dad. Jesus Christ.
Okay, but what if we do adoption? Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, hey.
I don't want
hey.
those bad genes in our family.
I really can't love a child unless they are genetically related to me. I'm sorry. And that's for my own personal
that's the
reasons,
thing.
which I assure you are normal.
Would it still be genetically related to you, right? Or no?
No, because it would be, if they got from a donor, it would be the donor and the wife, right? Here's actually, you know what? Actually, I have a solution to this. Why doesn't the 21-year-old get pregnant?
But that's what I was
Does the other
confused.
woman have this hang up? What if she gets pregnant from donor sperm? Is that going to be a problem?
Wait a minute. That's a really good point.
That's what I was confused
She's
about.
like, I feel the 22-year-old would not want to love the child if it was not genetically related to her. And it's like, did you ask her that? Because actually, that's not a super common philosophy. I think maybe she would be very happy to raise that child. Why does it have to be your dad?
Yeah, that's actually, you know what? I'm so glad you pulled me back down to earth, because my head was still in the clouds of how fucking weird this shit is. I couldn't even engage with anything in the situation here because but okay, you're right. Why is it just on the 22-year-old to get pregnant? Like, why is the poster not open to the idea of getting pregnant and then getting a sperm donor? Okay, I think I figured out my theory.
Various reasons.
All right, lay it on me. Lay it on me.
Yeah, lay it on us.
This feels like a race thing.
Yep.
Ooh.
This is
And
a
if
race
it's
thing,
not
right?
a race thing, it's at minimum like a genetic purity thing.
Yeah. Like, this has got to be a race thing. I'm sorry. Like, I hate to call that shot, but like, this feels way too fucking weird for it not to be fucking racist. No way does somebody go like, how about we get my dad's sperm instead and have it not be some fucking white purity nonsense? Like,
do you think it's possible that they're like some kind of like a Lovecraftian style fish race?
yeah.
And there's like an eldritch reason that the line needs to continue. What's going on here exactly?
This is so fucking weird, dude. Oh man.
It has to be something like that. Something insane, right? Just like cannot devolve on the various reasons why you rejected everything else and then be like, well, I feel like our relationship is not proper because she didn't listen to me. And that means it's a deal breaker because I need kids and we agreed on it. And now I don't know what's going to happen. Wow. Great stuff. Great compromises you've done.
I love when we get posts that are like, Yeah, I'm like trying to compromise by, giving nothing, and they're not responding. What's going on?
Go, girl. Give us nothing. Give us your dad's cup.
Decision time.
Okay, I mean, I guess we can say this. Do you want to do this on 3?
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Is this incredibly selfish, unwilling, irrational, irresponsible 22-year-old who doesn't want to just get knocked up by her found father? Is she the asshole? 3, 2, 1.
No. No.
Absolutely not.
God, no.
Really, really weird stuff from everyone. It's like everyone in the story is some kind of fucking freak, and then there's one 22-year-old lesbian who unfortunately found herself as the protagonist of some sort of colonial monster story.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is
This
terrible.
This is terrible, and I think that she should absolutely break off the engagement and get the fuck out.
Get out.
But I'm excited to hear the update.
All right, we got 2 of these.
Let's
So
go.
the first
2?
update comes
Okay.
6 months after the original post.
Okay.
It says, before I say anything else, I want to say thank you to those of you who responded with concern. Someone linked me to a page on emotional incest, and it was really eye-opening for me. And then once I was done reading the back of the Folgers coffee label, a lot of people were quick to jump to judgment, so I really appreciate the few who were nice. I read all the comments. I was shocked. I was horrified and hurt. I took some time to process. Then I had another talk with my fiance. It goes nearly without saying, but we are taking a break right now while I figure some stuff out. We are staying together and have plans to get married, but we are reconsidering kids and putting a lot of things on hold for both of our health. She's been hurt by this a lot more than I think I realized when I first posted. I don't want to get too deep into my family, but I'm starting to realize the way I was raised wasn't normal. I am an only child, but my parents always wanted a big family, 5 or more kids. Unfortunately, for a bunch of reasons, monetary and otherwise, it never worked out. I think they always imagined they'd have a big family, so they pushed me to do that every chance they got. My mom would always repeat that being pregnant with me was the happiest she ever was. My parents had no idea I was thinking of at-home IUI, and my mom nearly went through the roof when I clarified, among other things. We have a lot to talk about. She said she wouldn't have considered it at all if she knew I hadn't asked my girlfriend if she was sure, and that it was stupid for me to not go for IVF. I just thought it was a really thoughtless action on my part. It's still important to me that a future child be either blood-related or be carried by me, so I think that if we ever have any in the future, I will be the pregnant one so I can feel that connection. We weren't going to do it at first because I have a really stressful career path and it would have been smarter for my girlfriend to get pregnant, but I think it's the healthiest option. We're not serial killers, cultists, or incest fetishists. It all sounded really reasonable to me at the time. I had no idea there would be this much disgust coming from everyone. I've decided the best thing for me is to go into therapy and limit my contact with my parents for a little bit. They mean well. They love me. But I might need to figure out some stuff on my own.
Okay.
Thankfully, we have an additional update.
Okay, before we go for the additional update, just really quick. I'm glad of all this, right? Glad that it seems like she's on the right path. Is she stupid?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Like, I do
yeah.
like that she's like, I'm starting to think that perhaps the way I was raised wasn't perfect. It's like, yeah, if the idea that you need to create this like incest baby with your father is part of your child rearing, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's not
Sorry,
that's really bad,
continue.
actually.
Whew.
All right, update from today. I haven't logged on to Reddit in months, so I hadn't realized people were wondering what happened with us. I attempted to post an update months ago, but it was removed as spam. We are still together, and nobody is pregnant with my father's sperm.
Oh,
Yeah,
hooray!
victory, huge W.
Yippee!
I started therapy soon after the original post and have been no contact with my family for 3 months. I actually realized a lot of my perspective on the issue was caused by some really messed up ideas I was raised with. When I tried to bring it up to my parents and start family therapy, they went ballistic. At this point, if we do ever have, in parentheses all caps, donor conceived kids, my parents might not ever even meet those grandchildren. It wasn't a result me or my fiance could have ever anticipated at the time of the original post, but that's just how the cookie crumbled. Looking back, I can see where all the extremely disgusted reactions to my original post were coming from. I think the attacks on my personal character were unwarranted, and I think that a lot of people won't understand how being raised in a seriously dysfunctional family can impact your thinking until they deal with it themselves. The craziest stuff just felt normal to me. I wish I'd never let my parents get so personally involved in my relationships from the start. TLDR, we did not conceive a child. We are still together after some time to think and are getting married next year. I have been in therapy. I am out of my family situation.
Okay, I
Okay.
take back the stupid person comment. This is a lot of therapy she's gone through.
Oh, thank God the parents
Oh.
are no longer a part of this.
Ooh,
Oh my God.
Thank God.
Whew, so the parents had a race thing, right? I have to. I'm still. I don't care.
The parents definitely had a race thing and
They
probably an
have
incest
to.
thing and 55 other things that don't matter.
Yeah, they're
That's
out.
true.
They're out. Get those weirdos out of here. Holy shit.
Reeks.
Ugh. I guess the thing to be happy about here is even in the fucking like weirdest situations, a relationship can be salvageable, right? Like, but
Yeah.
it does take the one party to really put in the fucking work. That's like what matters.
Yeah,
But,
that was
Yeah,
a
the
lot of
dab.
work.
yeah, fuck.
Oh
Woo,
my
that was
God.
weird.
I do appreciate the top comment on this this update is, yo, what the fuck?
I literally just logged on.
Yeah.
The council has spoken.
All right, okay. Last one. This comes from r/relationship advice. This one is a little more fresh. I, 26F, thought my husband, 27M, was cheating. I followed him on his work trip, and he was not. Now what? I don't know. Now go lick your wounds, asshole. What do you think?
Go back home and think about what you did.
God forbid men do nothing.
Yeah,
All right.
that's right.
Here we go. My husband, 27M, and I, 26F, have been together for 5 years. We've been married for just over 3. We have a baby boy who is 2, and we'll have a second child soon. We have a really good marriage. There's a lot of quality emotional, physical, and sexual intimacy, and he's a great father as well. However, I think I might have just ruined it all. A friend of mine works in the same department of the company as my husband, and they occasionally run into each other, but they have never worked together. 3 weeks ago, she called and told me my husband has a work wife, someone our age who joined the company 3 months ago on my husband's team and advised me to be suspicious. She showed me pictures and videos she had taken of my husband with his alleged work wife, but none of it looked particularly alarming. It looked like normal interaction between coworkers. My husband has mentioned her before, and he said they're working on the same projects, and he would have to help get her up to speed, and they would occasionally be working together. My husband and I have an open device policy, so I looked through his phone that evening and found only work-related texts and emails between them. I asked my husband about it and let him know that my friend had mentioned him working with the work wife. My husband laughed and reassured me and said, "It's work. There's nothing to be worried about." I trust him, so I dropped it, and I told my friend that there was nothing going on between them. My friend was adamant that there was at least an emotional affair going on, and it would turn physical if they got the chance. I asked her for proof. There are no signs of my husband cheating from my perspective. He wasn't hiding his phone, he wasn't going out, and he was present at home. We were getting intimate very often as well. However, next week my friend would text me every day that they were doing this and that, but there was simply no proof. I grew tired of this and told my friend either send me proof of something going on or stop. I was checking my husband's phone and laptop but never saw anything. She told me that to her knowledge they hadn't kissed or even hugged, but there was something brewing there, and she would stop telling me if she just simply saw a conversation between the two. That week my husband was giving a promotion, meaning his current team, including the work wife, will be working under him starting in a few weeks. Yeah, they will. We celebrated
Shut
that
up.
night, and I basically forgot all about what my friend had been saying until the next day when my husband came home with a bottle of red wine with a taped sticky note congratulating my husband on the promotion with a little heart at the end of the message. I went ballistic at my husband. I accused him of cheating. I said horrible things I never should have said to him. He denied everything. Again, there was no proof my husband was cheating, and he was emotionally and physically as present as ever. I apologized to him the next day and we made up. This week, my husband went on a work trip for 3 days, not a whole week because 4th of July. 3 other people, including the work wife. He doesn't travel for work often, so I was suspicious if something was going on and made up my mind to follow my husband to see for myself if anything was happening. He had a choice between taking a 1.5-hour flight or a 5-hour drive, and my husband, being the car fanatic he is, he chose the 5-hour drive, correct choice. I told my best friend, different friend, about the situation, and she warned me that if my husband wasn't cheating, I would regret doing this, but she did agree to look after our son for a few days. After he left, I rented a car and drove to the city he was going to. I trusted that if something was going on, nothing would happen in the office and they would wait to get back to the hotel. For 3 days and 2 nights, I tracked his location and observed from a distance, and nothing happened. Both days, my husband had a drink at dinner with his other colleagues, then he went back to the hotel room and called me, and on the 3rd day, he drove back home after work. I made excuses as to why we couldn't FaceTime and we would just talk on voice call for a few minutes. I drove back on the 3rd morning and I was relieved my husband was loyal to me, but I have had an overwhelming sense of guilt and self-disgust for breaching my husband's privacy and trust since. When my husband came home, I had his favorite meal prepared and I hugged him as tight as I possibly could. It's been 24 hours since he came home and we went to a 4th of July show today, but all I have been thinking about is what I did. I told my friend about how guilty and ashamed I feel, and she gave me an ultimatum that I need to tell him about how I stalked him or she will. I know what I did was wrong. I knew it was wrong when I was doing it, but I need to know for my own sanity, what do I do now?
I got an answer. Get rid of this fucking friend. This
Actually,
isn't your
kill
friend.
your
Correct.
friend. Kill them.
Correct.
Oh my
Correct.
God.
What is going on here?
Oh my
God. This is
Oh, God, I have honestly, I started the first one. I'm sorry, but I just have to launch this. Like, I have nothing but empathy for this woman. I have nothing but empathy for this woman.
yeah.
Oh, she's just been driven up into a fucking tizzy over this one woman out of nowhere. Like, her husband didn't call this coworker a work wife. She said that. And she's just over again and again and again and again launching this shit that, oh, he's cheating. He's got to be 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 cheating. And then she's like, well, okay, I saw a little heart on a note. Now blows up because, yeah, like, of course. She's been fed this lie over and over again that he's cheating, and he's not.
And then the kicker at the end where she's like, well, you better tell him you stalked him or I will. What?
All right, I will just reveal. This woman has a disease that is found very frequently in the coworker universe, and it's called being a messy bitch who loves drama.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
She has the disease. I have this disease as well. I understand. I'm a longtime sufferer. I take medication in order to quell it. But yes, she just wants her life to be more exciting than it is. So she has to imagine that everyone around her is engaged in these crazy, salacious, sex fucking fantasies, when in reality, I mean, what did she say? She's like, well, they keep having conversations, so something's up. They work together. She is his subordinate. Like, he's a team lead. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's how it works.
You have an open device policy. Like, you constantly check his stuff.
So I think to answer her question, the unfortunate truth of the matter is you probably should tell him all this stuff.
True.
You
should
really do.
you should
You
be
have
like,
to.
hey, I'm sorry, I went a little crazy. Because, like, from his perspective, out of nowhere, you blew up because of a sticky note, and then, stalked him for 3 days. You need to be very specific about how, hey,
Yes.
this woman I thought was my friend was way overblowing what you two do. I bought it. I'm sorry. And it has meant that kind of our trust has been eroded without you doing anything or even really knowing. That's my bad. Sorry. Yeah. And then you need to get this fucking friend out of your life. She's not your friend, clearly.
Yeah. No. Oh my God. This is like awful shit. I'm like appalled by this. You are right. She has to come clean, but she really has every right to be like, look, this is awful what I did. I cannot believe I did it. But the reason why I did it is because I had this person, like you said, Joseph, I thought was my friend. They wouldn't shut up about this, and they made me lose my trust in you. Not your fault at all. That is completely my fault. Completely my fault. However, I am going to not talk to this person anymore because they are trying to ruin my life with you for their own fucking sake of drama. She has to do that.
Do you guys think that the friend is actively doing this on purpose to try and like destroy their relationship?
Maybe I think the friend may have convinced themselves that what they think is happening is really happening.
Yeah, maybe
Like,
they
they're
believe
like,
their
no,
own gaslight.
they're like, no, I have an intuition. I know how these things start. And like, that's basically the same as the truth.
Just believing yourself so hard that you're like, yeah, I mean, like, obviously they're like, obvious. Oh yeah, you're right. Like it'd be like you're at like a place where like people gossip a lot and it's like, yeah, obviously he's cheating. Like he has a work wife, like whatever. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, me when I talk to my coworkers, I'm
going to be honest with you, pretty much any one of the husband's reactions are going to be completely justified. Like if he wants to like take a break or go to counseling or something, like you kind of got to be on for that ride. I mean,
yeah, you got to prep for that for sure.
Yeah, that's also true.
Sorry.
Like,
yeah, no.
It does suck because
Wow.
she really we do have to be honest and say that she does have some onus in this, right? Like she chose to
For
believe
sure.
this
Of
shit.
course.
These are her decisions. She did not have to listen to her friend every single time. She could have ignored her at all times, could have blocked her at any point. And like obviously it's not as easy. We can say that quickly, but like you got to get the help early.
Well, why didn't he stop listening to Iago, right? Like oldest question of all time.
Yeah,
she
literally
does have at least a little bit of responsibility in this, and you made your bed and now you're gonna have to lie in it. Sorry.
Yeah. And
yep, absolutely agree.
Yeah. And whatever that is, like you said, he gets to call the shot here. Like he gets to say, we need to go to couples counseling clearly, or we need to take a break or whatever. I don't think he will. He doesn't seem like the type of guy that would, but regardless, I don't know. This is rough, man. This one's rough.
Yeah. I think like the end point of it's eating away at me. Like, I think you're doing the right thing of like, I should tell him and work with him and give stop talking to this person. I see so many good solutions to this, right? Like I don't feel like this is so like bad that like she's so terrible and never do this again and actually the husband should lawyer up and divorce and go to the gym. But I think that there's a lot that you can do to fix this, and it seems okay,
Yeah. If I was writing a movie script, right, the way I would, the lines I would write for her is, I chose to believe these horrible untruths about you, and you are not in the wrong. The only one who is in the wrong is me. And all this has proven to me is that you are an incredible husband. And I am so sorry for losing my belief in that.
Yup.
And that's when, they would the music would start to play. And, I'm actually writing a script right now.
I'm actually, hold on. I've got Barstool Sports on the line. They're making this a movie right now.
All right, y'all want to vote on this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Decision time.
All right, when it comes to the jealous wife, is she the asshole, Danny?
Oh, I mean, yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, we spoke about it a bit. You got to reckon with your actions. And I know that you're, being gaslit by your friend, and the friend is the real asshole here. But you did a lot of the things, including stalking your husband. It's just, yes.
Yeah.
I'll go next. I think not. I'm willing to empathize with this woman enough that I'm like, no, I mean, she got owned by her friend and she did go a little crazy, but I don't know. I can't be that. Maybe I'm just still Othello posting. I can't be that upset at her, I don't think.
I agree with you. That's the thing.
I think if she's willing to take blame here for the stuff that she did, which it looks like she said she is willing to do, I would feel confident saying that she's not an asshole, which means Jordan is the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I'm the tiebreaker. And what it really comes down to is what happens a lot of times with these close ones is, yes, I have empathy to a point, right? And that's kind of where I always land is like, absolutely, I, can look objectively at your situation and say, you would not have done this had it not been for an outside influence. But a part of being an asshole or not is being able to control how you are influenced by those outside influences.
100% agree.
In this case, it was somebody that you thought was your friend, and you were not able to realize or cut off the source of this mistrust that was being placed upon you that you had no reason to develop at all. And it caused you to do a really assholey thing. It caused you to do a very, very mistrustful, assholey thing, which is just stalk your husband. So I feel for her. I do
Same.
feel for her, but she is an asshole here. So I'm going to say she's an asshole.
Another 2-1.
The council has spoken.
Well, I have to ask the question we're all thinking here, which is, so this woman was gaslit by a friend into thinking her husband was cheating.
Yep.
The first woman was gaslit by Facebook to thinking 5G had made her husband sick. If you
True.
have to pick one of them who is more in the right, who's your ride or die?
What?
The stalking.
Yeah, I'm picking
the
stalking woman every time.
Stalking woman.
I'm
yeah.
still on Team 5G.
Oh
I think
my
she
God!
had a point.
You just brought this up just so you could say that. That's all this was about. God
That's
damn
all
it.
you wanted to do. Oh my god.
This was a fun one. We got some interesting ones this week.
Yeah, man. This
Man,
last
I
one,
don't want to I don't want to hammer the point home because people always say this on Twitter. They always go, "Are the heterosexuals okay?" But this last story really has me thinking that.
Yeah.
Don't you love your fucking husband? Why are you this mistrustful of him over
Yes,
literally
yes.
nothing?
Over
Like the man
no
has an
evidence,
open device
nothing,
policy
zero.
with you, and you're like, oh yeah, the man I have shackled myself to, the man I love more than anything else, I trust my terrible friend over him.
Yeah.
Don't you just get married to your friends? Come
Well,
on.
I mean, regardless of okay, now I'm gonna land back on my empathy fucking game here and just be like, well, when you hear this over and over and over again, like it's literally all her friend was talking to her about, and if you consider,
That's true.
What if Iago is very good at tricking?
yeah, I guess, like, but literally, it's like you think that, I mean, it's somebody you consider your friend, right? So you still hold their words with some weight, and they just never shut the fuck up about it. Eventually, regardless of how much you trust somebody, you're gonna be a little bit suspicious, right? Like, somebody just says it over and over and over and over again.
But she also realizes she's getting annoying. She says it in the post.
Yes,
she's
but it's
realized
still-
it already. She's like, oh, well, this is stupid and annoying. She
I
has
understand
the
that.
symbol.
But like, yeah, I get it. Like, I do. I understand that, and you're right.
Yeah.
But the fact remains that eventually, if you think milk sounds like malk, and somebody starts saying malk around you over and over again, you're gonna pronounce it malk eventually. Like,
Well, wait, it's pronounced Malk.
I'm. Pour me a glass of milk. All right.
I get it. And I agree with you that I think that like eventually this woman definitely like just ended up in this world of normal of like, oh, like maybe there is something wrong. It ate away at her, like, and she didn't even realize it. And she's just like, well, I hadn't thought about ditching her friend. It's awkward. And she obviously has been like, the friend here is the worst, right? Like that's the worst part. And, and she should have, obviously she should have dropped this friend sooner, but, I get it.
Man, this is rough. Ah, man, this one makes me
Yeah.
so sad. Like,
It does.
Oh, man.
Ruined her life over
Literally
nothing.
Literally nothing. I can't get over the
Literally
fact that all the
nothing.
devices have nothing, not a single shred of evidence. And then when he gets like congrats from all his coworkers and it has like a little heart on it, it's like, you have to die.
The big lesson we all love a man who just loves one woman. That's it. He just loves one woman. That's all he loves. Good for him, man.
All right. You all ready to call
Yeah,
it?
let's do it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Hawk Tuah.